Yo, what the fuck's up, nerds? It's Core. We're in another little lesson video. I'm gonna start posting a fuck ton of these because you can actually get value from this. What I'm giving you guys free ball now. This is literally all the things I'm posting are all the things I've learned over the fucking past 5, 6+ years of lifting, working out, and we'll just get into it. I'm not really here to waste your time or mine. So bang. Meal plan ball gnaw bulk edition. So in this video, the contents of it is essentially me just talking about the better foods to eat and why, and just nutrition, stuff like that, fun stuff. Bang. 1, prioritize whole foods. Stop eating junk. What I mean is, got your processed foods. You only want the whole foods. Processed foods bad. Because the whole food is just one ingredient. The food itself is the ingredient. Processed foods, bunch of ingredients made into a food. No, you don't want that. You just want one ingredient. It's just overall, it's better on your gut, and I'm gonna get into more of the reasons. You guys are probably like, but corr, I like eating my built puff bars and all that bullshit. Well, I don't care. If you care about your body, because you get one body. You don't get two. So I would assume you want to fuel it like it's a nice car that you have. Like if you buy a Ferrari and it requires premium gas, are you going to give it standard gas or are you going to give it that premium gas? I'm giving that shit premium. Same thing with your body. You're going to give it shitty gas, which is just all the junk food you see when you first walk into a grocery store. Because, if you know, grocery stores are literally built to market against your brain, and it shows you all the nice little fast dopamine things in the front, and all the healthier stuff are on the outsides. Just a little ball and all. But, yeah. Is that what you're going for? Or are you going to go for the premium whole food gas? I'm going for that. But let me explain to you guys why they are better in the least boring way, quickest way possible. First of all, vitamins and minerals. Whole foods have them. Processed foods don't really, and if they do, they suck. They're not as good as the whole food ones because it's natural and it's just the shit. It's the goat. You want fucking natural vitamins and minerals. Like, I don't think I need to explain why. The second thing, the fats. Whole foods will have healthy fats. 99.9% of processed foods will have fats that are going to kill you. They're going to kill you when you're older if you eat them in a consistent basis from now and another 20 years, which most people do. So you're going to see a lot of people dying from heart attacks, a bunch of bullshit like that because of all the trans and saturated fat that they just shove into every single product that you can find on a fucking shelf at a grocery store. 3, I guess. Fiber. This kind of helps with a cut too, I'd be honest. Actually, it does. And the reasoning why is if you eat fiber, it fills you up a lot faster than other things. So if you're on a cut, boom, eat a bunch of fiber, you feel full for like 5 hours. That's helping you mentally win your battle against yourself for your daily calories. And on a bulk, fiber is just like good to have too. Like feeling full isn't bad even on a bulk because you shouldn't be shoving food in your face, which I'll get to that later. So yeah, fiber is just a healthy thing all around. It's good for your gut. It kind of like cleans it and oxidizes it, along with like it'll help you get good because it's just your body digesting. 4th thing, artificial flavoring. Boy, here we go. Everybody loves this, whether they admit it or they don't, because it's in everything. That's what makes all the awesome things taste awesome. But if you were presented a bottle like this and told, hey, this tastes just like a peach ring or something like that, like some nice like or whatever, or a fucking like a Sour Patch Kid, I don't know, like whatever your favorite shit is, like this tastes just like that, would you drink it? Like no, because it's disgusting. That's essentially what you're doing though when you're eating it. You're just eating it, and it's just easier because it's in the form of like whatever the snack is you're eating, and it doesn't look like a bottle made in a lab. But yeah, you're essentially it's the same. So stop. Just get away from it. It doesn't help you, just hurts you. It's this way. And like I said, I suffer from all these things too, because at the end of the day, we're humans. But when you do lack off and you eat some bad shit, instead of being like, oh, well, I guess I'm just a fat ass, and then you eat fucking another tub of ice cream. No, that's when you got to be like, hey, I fucked up. Now I got to lock back in and do what's best for my health and myself long term. I don't know if you guys ever like cheat on a diet or something like super bad, and then you wake up the next day and you're like, damn, that was dumb as fuck. Like, why did I do that? I was like, middle of the night, and I was up for 30 minutes after that. Like, that was dumb. I just went to sleep. Like, because it is dumb. So just stay true on your diet. It's not that hard. But this isn't about diet motivation. It's about the nutrition. One of the last benefits of not eating all the processed shit is, like I said, your digestion. You're only digesting one ingredient, one thing, not a bunch of things put into whatever you're eating. What I mean is like when it will be all fucking sucralose, gum lactate, like all this shit, and just like put it all in a thing. Like, just cut all that out. Just eat an orange, bro. It'll just be better for you long term. 2, you need carbs. This is kind of gets back to the thing. If you're bulking, you need carbs, because how your muscles grow is you have little insulin receptors in your muscles. The lower body fat percentage you are, the higher insulin sensitivity you will have. But how your muscles grow is those insulin receptors will kind of just tell your brain, need glycogen. Where does glycogen most come from? Carbs. But why a lot of people don't like carbs is because they'll be like, well, I'm eating all these carbs, I'm just getting fat. If you're getting fat, what's going on? Well, what's going on? Have very shit insulin sensitivity, and instead of your body bringing all that glycogen into your muscles, just sending it to your fat storage, and that's really it. And how to get better insulin sensitivity is by doing things like this: cardio, walk more, cardio. Eat a meal, walk 15 minutes after that. After every meal, just do it. Do it. Like, I think like there's things you can do, but just start with that, and I guarantee you your insulin sensitivity will get better. And also just lower your body fat percentage. If you're fat, you shouldn't be bulking. Like, if you're already bulked, why are you bulking? It's just not doing it for you, and you're just putting on not as much muscle as you could be if you're at a lower body fat. But yeah, you want carbs for the fact that your muscles literally need them to build muscle. And I'm going to give you guys a little analogy to make it easier to understand. There's 2 exclusive like stores you can go to. There's the muscle store and the fat store. Okay? You eat all these carbs. Do you want the fat store or the muscle store getting fucking stocked to the shelf? You want the fucking muscle store getting stocked to the shelf, not the fat store. So what do you need to do? Increase your insulin. Boom. And if you guys want more information on that, because I'm not going to go too deep into that on this video, I'll do it for the next one. And I'm happy to do it. But yeah, you just need carbs. Get into my top 3 on here. I would say sweet potato, banana, and oats. Those are great options. If you literally just eat those and push for like 250 to 300 grams of carbs a day, or 200 or 300, like depends on your body, your weight, but I would say 250 to 300 daily. Yeah, you'll grow. You need protein. Yeah, you need it in forms of meats. I would say just meats and protein powder. 'Cause protein powder at the end of the day, like it's fine. It's great. It calorie for protein wise, good. And even though, yeah, it's like not ideal because it's not coming from the earth, but that's one of the ones that you can do. And this is knowledge from the GO himself, Chris Bumstead, Mr. Olympia. And what he recommends is, and I'm cool, I do the same shit before I even knew he recommended it, which is a gram per pound of body weight. You only need 0.7 grams because, like, scientifically, because that's all your body can like fucking process or whatever. But I'd rather listen to Mr. Olympia when I'm gonna choose how much protein I'm gonna eat. So yeah, I listen to him. I aim for 225 grams a day over my body weight. So more is always less, because your body will, yes, if you get too much protein, it will be stored as like, there's a weird way your body stores it, but then it's like easy to burn it off. It's better to overeat protein than overeat a carb, for example. Um, 4, no need to overeat. I kind of briefly mentioned that earlier. Like this guy. No hate to him or anything. I don't even know who he is. I just found this picture on Google. Um, Full day of eating, carbs, bulk to 260. Yes, 260 very high weight to get, but I was once 250, like 255. So I kind of know. And yeah, I used to eat this amount, probably more, because I was a football player burning a lot of calories during practice. Not that much, but I was burning a good amount, not enough whatsoever to justify how much I was eating. But dude, I was eating so much shit. I was just fucking shoving my face. And yeah, I had more of a build closer to that, like in the middle, because I still had a lot of muscle. So that literally saved me. If I didn't have much muscle, I would be fat. Like I would literally look like fattest shit ever, which is scary. But which I did look before in my life. Well, I'm just yapping. But essentially, why this is bad, because when you have this amount of excess of calories, your body's not putting all that into muscle. It's just fat. So this is literally just get fat quick simulator. That's all it is. Lean bulk, like I would say 300 to 400 calorie surplus, like maybe just 300 is usually the sweet spot. Your body's gonna be 90 fucking percent of that is put into muscle, 10% of that fat. And who cares? Like you're gonna look pretty still throughout the bulk. Like, yeah, you might lose your abs a bit, but once you kind of start to lose your abs when you go into a cut, well, it depends on your body type, obviously. That's how it is for most guys though. But yeah, you do that for a long period of time. And then that's also when your insulin sensitivity is at its highest, so therefore you'll be putting on muscle faster. And then over time, when you gain, your insulin sensitivity will decrease. And that's usually once it gets to that kind of point where it's at this decreased amount, and you kind of start getting some. That's when you start cutting again, and you kind of start the process. And what are you getting? Like maybe 5-10 pounds of muscle each time. You never know, but like depending on where you're at, kind of where I'm at right now, close to it, I think. I'm not sure, but the things I've been lifting for a while, like it's different for now. But yeah, that's my. And then 5, meal timing. Sorry, some of that got out, whatever. But yeah, meal timing, important, very, very important. But it only really matters for a thing, so it's pretty easy to understand. It's not ultra complicated. Pretty much before eat some of your carbs. You want to eat a little bit of carbs and a little bit of protein, and then go work out, because your body, like, have a good workout. You need, like, I would say personally, I can eat like 50 grams of carbs, 40 grams, and I would say like eat 25 grams a month or protein, just so you like, just to protect me. Like there's people that say, oh, you're fine, people that you're not. Dude, just be safe. Like who gives a fuck? 25 grams, nothing. And then go to the gym, get your workout in. But after your workout is when shit gets fucking serious. This is when you need to prioritize most of your food in the day, in my opinion. That meaning protein amount, but more so prioritize your carbs, because that's when your body's literally in a refuel mode. So yeah, and then once you eat, I would eat in the order always of get protein in first and then your carbs, because you just don't want your insulin to spike too crazy. But then what you do after you eat that meal is you just do a light little 10-15 minute walk. And what this will do is, first of all, it helps your body digest it. And then second, it stops your body from huge insulin spikes, which is just not good, because what that does is it gets your body out of that fat burning stage, and it also just hurts your metabolism. So, and even on a bulk, you want your fat burning stage. You want a muscle building, fat burning. That's what everybody wants. Like for whatever it is, what you want, bulk or cut, you know? So boom, next thing. Like I said, don't stop doing cardio, do it more. More advice. Not necessarily from the goat, because I already knew it, but he kind of also said it. Whatever he says, like gold. Like I don't care what anybody says. I'm treating that shit like gold, because he's Mr. fucking Olympia. And essentially what it is you can still do cardio on a bulk. Everyone's like, oh, on a bulk, don't do cardio. Like, why? Why not? Are you doing a triathlon every day where you're burning 3,000 calories? No, you're not, because that's fucking dumb. You're doing like your walk and then some walking throughout the day. It's fine. And you know what this will do? You will bulk. And if everything's right, happen is you will bulk, gain muscle, and lose fat in the process. But you have to do everything right. I mean, not everything right. He like a fucking robot, but you have to have shit dialed in, And it's not complicating doing it, And I understand locked in for all this stuff. It can feel like overwhelming, time consuming. It's like, damn, why do I have to do all this just to do this? Which you really don't. Like, this is just kind of just doing the most, just get every little percent out of it, because at the end of the day, like, why not? It's not like you're going that much further to do all this. So why not? But yeah, if you're ever feeling down and stuff, just like whenever you're making the beginning's always the worst part, because your body and you're just not used to it, And you have to, so when you change a meal or whatever, like those cravings are gonna hit hard. They're gonna hit. Like it happens to me, it happens to everyone. And the people that act like it doesn't happen to them, they're just lying, because it does. But after a point in time, they just don't come anymore, because it comes routine. And humans, us inherently, we're a species of routine and pattern recognition. We like, our bodies react very well to us being repetitive in certain actions daily. Like we just do. Not in the sense of like fucking working a 9 to 5, but like what the time you wake up, when you eat your meals, shit like that. So what I'm pretty much just saying is, if you feel down, feel like it's too much, just don't quit on yourself before you can even give it a shot, and just really just ask yourself why you're doing this, and realize that that person that you see in your head of you at your max potential, you with six pack, super jacked, whatever it is, or just like rich, whatever you see yourself as, that you does exist. And how to essentially shed the you that you are currently in now to birth that new version of you is by doing the shit you don't want to do. That's literally it. It's pretty simple. When you're working out, it shit starts to hurt. Like, turn your brain off and just fucking go for some more reps. Or middle of the night, when you have those cravings, you're like, fuck, like, I want to eat ice cream. Like, dude, I think of this shit some nights, and I don't do it, because at the end of the day, it's, am I going to cheat on like my goal for some little bullshit like ice cream or something like that, And it's, at the end of the day, it's kind of just rising above the challenge and bettering yourself for the reason of bettering yourself and nothing else. Not because you're doing it for someone else, because you're doing it because you want to be the best version of yourself, and hopefully use that version of you to do good for others. So yeah, that's it, boys. If you guys enjoyed, please like, and like I say, comment, tell me what you guys kind of want to see. And yeah, anyways, see you later, nerds.